Sup guys, this is Middy, and in this video what I'm going to talk about is the London riots that have been happening pretty recently. Basically how I heard about it, because I don't watch the news or anything, is a friend from like Luxembourg or Switzerland or somewhere came up to me on Skype and said, "Oh, have you heard about this going on in London?" So I don't know, the way that he phrased it in such a way just made it seem quite interesting. So I started off, I went onto the internet and typed in London riots, and basically nothing good came up. So I just went onto YouTube, had a look there, and there's a lot of videos, with showing like all the horses and dogs and riot shields batons and, houses on fire and everything. Well, houses, but I mean buildings. I haven't actually seen any like people living in houses being burnt, but so anyway, basically, as far as I understand, there was a pretty peaceful protest going on, and then the police shot an innocent civilian, but I'm not sure what caused them to shoot him, because I have read that apparently only a small percentage of police have been trained to how to deal with riots of that sort of scale. But I don't know, like in our history GCSEs we learnt about Bloody Sunday, and it seems pretty similar to Bloody Sunday to me, in a way that you've got a fairly peaceful protest going on, and then people just get confused and start getting probably quite scared. So they, retaliate, and then that just escalates, and then you get this sort of thing going on. But, so yeah, pretty much how it started was, as I was saying, like, the police shot an innocent civilian, and then people, of course you'd get angry if someone got shot. I mean, anybody getting shot's pretty bad. Even on God, but, let's see, where was I? Oh yeah, I don't know, it just, the fact people aren't trained for it, I mean, yeah, that would cost money, but this thing is always going to happen, especially if people aren't trained for it. But, I don't know, it's quite, makes you view the world in a different way when this sort of thing happens, because I'm probably quite skeptical and pessimistic. I just don't think the world's particularly good. Because, there's poverty, there's way too much overpopulation, global warming, there's just crap happening around every single corner in this planet. But, sorry for that. But yeah, I don't know, I just want to find out what all of your viewpoints on this are, because that's one of the most interesting things in history, is how different people from different backgrounds react to like the same event happening. Like one friend, when I was trying to talk to him about it, said basically that the people who are robbing the shops are just trying to capitalise on the death of the person, and they don't actually care about him, which is probably true, because like if my friend was to say that, and then the people who are robbing the shops or whatever, what could they say that would be their viewpoint that couldn't be an excuse? Like, they could say, oh, we're robbing a shop because of the innocent civilian who died, but that's not really a viewpoint, that's just an excuse. So you can, at this time I'm just thinking pretty much that they don't have a viewpoint, so what they're doing is just wrong, They're robbing all sorts of places. Don't know if it's true, but I just saw that they were robbing some children's hospital, but, shit happens. But yeah, I know a few people that live in the areas that have been affected, but, I'm sure a few of you who are watching this, especially if I title it like London riots or something, will just comment saying what you think. I'm not asking you to comment, but I just generally want to know how it's going. Obviously not well, but, how it's progressing. But, yeah, I just thought of it as quite even though London's quite a few hours drive away, it's quite an interesting short-term piece of history. Like, a lot of history, well, I'll just find it boring and not pay any attention to it, but sometimes I'll just be like one little topic that grabs me. Like, when we were going around in America, we were in Atlanta, and we went to the Atlanta History Museum, and there was like a section on Olympics, which wasn't bad, but, you know, I'm not very sporty, so of course I wouldn't find it too interesting. But there was a section on the Civil War, which I just found really interesting, and there was all sorts there. You know, like random little facts, like people put rifling, which is like a spiral pattern inside the rifles barrels and on the bullets, so they get a spin as they leave, which gives them a longer like flight path, you know, so you get longer ranges, which kills more people, but it's a smart thing, you know. But anyway, I'm gonna wrap this up now. So, you know, if you think I've said anything wrong, just tell me, because all that I've said is basically what I have seen from the media, and maybe a few sources which aren't the media, but still, a lot of the information I've seen is probably open to a lot of bias. So, you know, I'm probably not right in what I've said, but the one video I found, there's probably a lot more, but it's just somebody who lives in Tottenham, I think, or at least it seemed to, talking about basically a clearer version of what I've said about how the riots started. But I don't know, that's been the most informative video I've seen, so I'll put a link to that in the description. But anyway guys, thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed it, and till next time, stay safe, especially those of you in London. Till next time.